This video is basically telling you what the daily preparation schedule for the 17 December snap attempt. 5 days left. We already have an example of how the paper was. So let's start with that. So if you look at 10 December exam, verbal was easy. I mean, it was focused on words and grammar. Logic was easy, individual questions and verbal reasoning. I mean, normal individual questions, no complications, etc. There was some new type of question like lexicography or dictionary based questions that came in the second slot. But otherwise, I mean, it was fine. Maths was lengthy, so be careful. You have to solve maths because you need the marks, but don't spend too much time on maths. Ensure that you pick up the easy ones and solve and skip up the lengthy ones. And it's focused on arithmetic, though there were questions on modern maths like probability, PNC, etc. But arithmetic was the focus. So if you're preparing broadly, I would say write a mock every day. You need to have that practice of writing the mocks. Mocks may not have a right type of question that came in the exam, but be very clear that cons will be tough. I mean, they will try to keep the same pattern in the future papers. So accordingly, write a mock where you can focus on the strategy, focusing on verbal, logic, cont. But again, it can change. I'm not saying cont will always be tough, but there's a high likelihood that cont will remain tough because they would want to keep a uniform paper. Do word list for 15 minutes. I mean, I know week is less for doing words, but the idea is at least familiar words you can go through it so that because there are a lot of word-based questions, so knowing it helps. Verbal exercise is important. A lot of questions on verbal exercises. Remember, your marks will come from verbal and logic. So spend some time on it. So solve exercise, and the best way to do verbal exercises, don't go to concepts of verbal, but some concepts you can go, like questions on countable, uncountable nouns came in, simile, metaphor came in. Look at what type of questions came in the exam, and maybe you can look at those concepts. Okay, that is one thing, and solve a few exercises, verbal exercises, and learn from the mistakes that you do. So learn both the concepts that will come, new concepts that you don't know that come in the exam, and solve a few exercises. Verbal reasoning is important. Quite a few questions on verbal reasoning, course of action, assumption, etc. Look at practice. I mean, verbal reasoning, it helps with practice. So I've spent more time on verbal reasoning just to get a hang of it. Logic also, I would spend more time on logic purely because logic normally improves with more practice. And being familiar with different kind of question definitely helps. And look at new concepts that came in the exam. There were concepts on trigonometry, allegation. I mean, allegation helps you solve things faster. I mean, solve on questions with a normal method, but knowing these concepts helps you solve things faster. Know these concepts and try to practice those. Also do quant practice for 1 hour and reading for 1 hour. I mean, I would say around 7 hours of daily practice every day should help you in terms of being prepared for snap. So this is a rough idea in terms of schedule, how much time you should spend per day. I mean, it is possible that you spend 2 hours of logic one day and 2 hours of maths one day. That's perfectly all right, the way you want to distribute your time based on your comfort level. But understand that distribute time. Logic will be important because that's where your marks will come from. Verbal will be important. Can't learn to pick up easy questions and so on. Right? All the best for the exam.